Welcome. This is an unboxing for an item that I received. It was given to me to review. They gave it to me free of charge, so that's my disclaimer. It is from their Amazon store, so let's get this undone. Okay, so the company itself is called Basenor, B-A-S-E-N-O-R. It did come from Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm excited about this product. Okay. It says Basenor Tesla Model 3 USB Hub, 6-in-1 center console, adapter accessories. So, it is made in China, as you can see, but all of these actually are. I contacted a couple of companies to ask them about getting me items to review. Basenor, Jetta, and ttps. They all three said they would send me items to review. This is the first one that I've received. I didn't actually know they existed until a few days ago, and I stumbled across their Amazon website, contacted them and asked them if they would mind shipping me out a unit so that I can review it and compare it with the others when they arrive, if they do. And if they don't arrive, then I'll have to just compare it with what I found seeing the unit in other vehicles. But so this is the Model 3 hub from Basenor. This is what the review is going to be about this time. There's a QR code here for an installation video. I watched that. It's very simple. It's the same as most of the others. This is packed really well in here. There's cushioning on the bottom side. It feels like the top side is hard. That is all that's in here. So a little flyer about their aftermarket accessories, pamphlet, QR code for their Amazon shop, and a nice little note. Oh, that's nice. 10% discount for the future. They have a Facebook group, so that's interesting. I'll have to check that out. It is packaged in this anti-static wrap, so that's nice. And ta-da! Here it is. So there's a little bit of damage on it right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a flaw in the plastic, but that's okay. Again, they sent me this item free for review, so, you know, I don't expect it to be completely perfect. They have the foam on the back here, and this is nice. The reason the foam is back here, let me see if you can see this. The reason the foam is back here is it's going around the USB ports that go into the car and protecting them. So that's really nice, actually. That is a feature that I appreciate in the packaging. So we're going to leave that on for now while we mess around with this a little bit. So we have two USB-A ports, two USB-C ports, and then this has the little indentation here. I kind of like that. It makes it a little bit easier to open. And then this door comes off. It's magnetic. And the solid state drive goes in there. So here's the solid state drive. It does fit in there nicely. It did not come with any kind of item to hold it in place, and it did not come with a toggle, the short little USB A to C toggle. So that is an interesting development there. Let's find this little piece of paper. I'm gonna have to check the Amazon ad and see if it does actually come with one, if it's supposed to come with one. If not, let's actually see if this will fit in there. I don't know that this has enough room to wind up and fit in there or not. Let's see. There are 2 ports on the inside here, one on each end, and they are USB-A's, so that's really nice. So it's gonna go in like this, I think. There we go. That's kind of a tight fit there. This seems to be a really small area here. So let's see if we can get this wound enough. Yeah, I don't know that this is gonna work. Let's see if the door goes back on. Yeah. So that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to get one of the smaller toggles to fit in here, I think. Well, maybe. That's a really tight fit and it doesn't close flush. I don't know that that's really great on the wiring, and it doesn't really want to open back up. This curve here I don't think is going to be super great on the wiring, and it does look like it's putting a little bit of stress on the drive. Let's go up there. That's a little bit better. Let's try that. Okay, so it does fit, it does close, it's just really tight. I don't know that I would want that in there like that long term. So I will probably see, if it doesn't come with one, I will see if I can get a smaller cable there. All 4 of these ports are supposed to be data supporting, and we're going to check that when we get down to the car. We'll check that out, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to pause here so I can get it down to the car, get it put in, get it installed, and I'll be back. Alright, welcome to the car. You can see down here I have my controller for the games. It's not plugged in right now. If I'm going to use that, I typically unplug this to plug it in. This is the phone charge cable that comes up here. This is the Tesla supplied cable. It winds its way up here. The phone sits right here nicely. But I cannot use this, and I can't use both charge cables and the Sentry mode camera at the same time. Quick and easy installation. I'm going to move these wires out of the way, and I'm going to reach in here and install this. I'm going to keep a hand on the front of this to hold the door in place while it's at an angle, and then I just kind of have to feel around for the USB ports and push it into place. It's seated nice and secure. Double check top and bottom, and then we plug in our cables. Orientation, the bar inside, the little plastic piece inside, needs to go towards the top on the USB-A cables. The USB-C, it doesn't matter, they'll go in either way. So there it is. Nice and pretty and clean inside there. Close this up, and we'll get to work testing everything. Okay, so it's in reverse here, but you've got 0.94, 0.95, 4.94. So it drops a little bit coming out of here. Let's go to the next one. .95, 4.94. So I'm dropping a little bit of power coming out of the 2 USB ports. coming out of the hub, which is not unexpected, to be honest. Let's see what happens when we plug in an additional device. So I've got a second USB device plugged in. I am getting power on the device, and the power outage is the same coming out of the port. Sentry cam is reading. Save footage. Okay. So I'm going to unplug this. Plug the phone back in there. I have a USB device here, or a USB-A device with a little adapter that I'm going to plug into this USB-C port. And then I have a second that I am going to hook my camera into. Maybe. Did I bring the camera cable? I did. Okay. So I have a second one that I'm going to bring the camera into. And we'll plug that in right here. So I have 4 things plugged in plus my Sentry mode. All 4 things appear to be running okay. I'm going to do this multimeter. And let's see how we do here. So let's pull the phone out and... Okay, I've pulled the phone out so you can see my setup here. I now have 4 things plugged in to the hub plus the Sentry mode inside. I'm getting the same kind of amps on the USB-C. The video camera has power. The other USB-C drive has power. You can see that little blue light is on. Nothing's flashing. Everything seems to be working okay. The Sentry mode is functional. So, as long as everything continues to function as normal, I think we're okay. I'm going to go ahead and swap this out. And let's put it over here on this side. And see if there's a difference over here. Because I do have the Sentry cam on this side. Nope, we still have the same voltage. So it appears that everything is running normally. Everything seems to be okay. I'm going to keep an eye on this for a couple of days. I'm going to check it. I'm not going to have the things plugged into the USB-C ports at all times. Those are just 2 random things I plugged in at the time to try it out. I'll leave it in here and check it out. The one thing I will say is when I pull these items out of the ports, I don't know if you noticed that, this isn't super secure in the plugs, so I have to be very gentle when I pull things out of it, because this slides out really easily. So I'm going to see if I can get that seated a little bit more strongly. I'm not going to be plugging and unplugging things very often. so I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. But if I do have to unplug something, I don't want to have to worry about it coming loose. And I do want to make sure that the electronics and such inside here are not going to hurt the car. So I'm going to continue monitoring, and we'll keep an eye on things. This is the adapter that I have for the USB-C to USB-A. I got these off of Amazon. I'll put up a quick little review video on these, and I'll put a link to these down below. But these are really nice. It was like 10 bucks for a pair of them. And so far, so good. This is day one with the Basenor USB hub, and it appears to be completely functional. So I'll hook in this last wire up here for phone charging, and I think we're good to go. So stay tuned. I'll come back when I've had it in for a couple of days and let you know what I think. Thanks for watching. Okay, so a couple things here at the end of the video that I wanted to put in. This is a picture of the Basenor Hub installed with everything cleaned up and nice. I've got my controller down below. The solid state drive for the Sentry is inside the compartment, and my 2 cell phone chargers are wound through. They're factory chargers wound through, plugged into the hub. I will say that I can 100% recommend this product. I've not had any issues with it. I've had it in for a couple of weeks, and it works great. Everything stays turned on, everything stays powered, there's no fluctuations or glitches. It's fabulous. For the purpose that it is purchased for, it works great. The one complaint with installation with the door falling off, if you just hold the door with your hand when you install it, it solves that, and then it's never an issue again. 2 things that are missing from this: it does not have the ferromagnetic plate, and it does not have the dongle to attach your USB-C solid state drive to the USB-A port. So you will have to purchase a dongle separately for $5 to $10 depending on where you get it from. And you don't get the ferromagnetic plate that sticks to the solid state drive and holds it in place. However, I did find that you don't actually need the ferromagnetic plate with this one because the door is a little bit smaller. So the compartment is also smaller, and it doesn't really wobble around in there like it does in the original design unit that came out. So it's not necessary. You do need the dongle because you have to be able to attach the solid state drive. If you have a USB drive or a USB stick, then you don't have a problem. You can get it in there without any kind of extra additions, and it works great. It looks nice. It doesn't necessarily look factory finish, but it does have the same black color as the factory finish, and it is dark in the compartment. Right now you're looking at it with the light from my cell phone, so it's very bright in there, but most of the time it's dark in there and you can't really tell that it doesn't belong. Perfect solution. It's affordable, all in. If you purchase the unit and the dongle, the adapter for the inside of the compartment, all in, you're going to be $50 or less. You can get it off Amazon, very fast shipping within a couple of days, and you can be ready to go. It's 100% plug and chug. Pull it out of the box, attach your drive, plug this into the outputs in the car, you're good to go. I've loved it. I highly recommend it. I will say a disclaimer in that I asked them about the research and development process and the design of the unit. They didn't give me any design specs, and the only thing they said about R&D was that they have their own R&D department and do all of their own research. So take that as you will. That's what they said. They did not give me any proof of that. So if that bothers you, then you may want to go with the original, more expensive version of the USB hubs. If that doesn't bother you, then this is a great solution I highly recommend. I would give this a 10 out of 10 if they had answered those questions for me. Since they did not answer them, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But they were very fast shipping, very responsive, and it's a great product. So if you're looking for a more affordable solution for a USB hub, go with the Basenor.